Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala, already week 8, Coach.
It's unbelievable, Jeff. We talked about it last week at All Saints. We're here tonight at Bay City Central. Poof, before you blink, it's gone, and we're into the playoffs.
Well, we got a big game tonight with Bay City Central and Traverse City Central, BCC and TCC, a whole lot of CCs tonight. But Traverse City 3-4 on the year, have had some ups and downs, but playing in a tough conference.
Well, you know, we've watched Traverse City play for many, many years, and they're always tough, whether it's Traverse City Central or Traverse City West. Now they're added to the Saginaw Valley League. So Bay City Central have their work cut out tonight. The Trojans will be very tough. But I feel good about the way Bay City Central is going to play tonight.
Well, Bay City Central, in a game you saw a couple of weeks ago on Bay County TV, were able to defeat Saginaw United 7-6, and the offense had some opportunities in the game, missed on some pass plays and stuff, but the defense was stellar, and the defense is going to have to turn opportunities into offense for their club.
Yeah, I saw that game. I watched that game on Bay County TV, and with that extra point being missed, Vols came away with a big win, which they needed at the time. They're going to need another one tonight going into next week. But, you know, Traverse City Central doesn't put a lot of points up on the board. They're only scoring 15 a game. So this is a good opportunity for the Central offense to keep the ball away from the Traverse City Central offense. And then the defense has to come up and big and do some good things for Bay City Central tonight to be victorious.
Well, at this time of the year, week 8, you remember during your coaching career, health is a huge issue.
Yeah, you know, this is the time of year where the little bumps and bruises in week 5 are getting a little more noticeable. You know, but, you know, it's next man up. That's the nature of the game. Traverse City's got the same problem. Everybody's got the same problem when it comes to football. So next man up, somebody's going to have to step up. And I'm really feeling good about Bay City Central tonight and their chances against Traverse City Central.
I feel exactly the same way, and we're going to find out real soon how that all transpires as that about puts the wraps on our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on BCTV. Back in a minute with all the fun in the game action.
At Covenant Healthcare, we take caring for kids very seriously. That's why we've established Covenant Children's Hospital, home of the Great Lakes Bay region's only pediatric emergency care unit, the only Level 3 regional neonatal intensive care unit, part of our state-of-the-art birth center,
Popsicles,
and the region's only pediatric intensive care unit.
Our pediatric ICU has specialized equipment designed for treating children and board-certified pediatric intensivists specifically trained to deal with the unique needs of pediatric care.
As a pediatrician, it's rewarding to work at a hospital with so many resources devoted to kids' care.
Covenant Children's Hospital offers a wide range of pediatric specialty services, such as pediatric cardiology, orthopedics, treatment for autism, diabetes, and sleep disorders, as well as pediatric rehabilitation at Mary Freebed Rehabilitation.
They have stickers!
And at every step of the way, our child life specialists guide them, making their Covenant experience a positive one. Covenant Children's Hospital is also home to the Central Michigan University Pediatric and Obstetrics and Gynecology residency programs, training the next generation of physicians.
They won't let you be a doctor without one of these.
A children's hospital is more than a building with colorful walls. Rather, it is the embodiment of the hearts and minds of all of us committed to the well-being of children.
We're dedicated to providing extraordinary care to infants and children so they can get back to the serious business of being kids.
Good evening and welcome back. Central's Elmer Ingalls Stadium, the site for week number 8. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala, glad to have you along with us in what we think is going to be a great ball game tonight, Mike.
Yeah, you know, we talked in the pregame show, Jeff. I really do think this is going to be a big night for Bay City Central. Good football teams going at each other, and we're underway here at Ingalls Stadium.
And there's going to be a reverse where the Bay City Central Wolves are going to get that ball out to about the 27 or the 28-yard line. as they'll start off with halfway decent field position and waiting. Again, those numbers are going to be tough for us to catch tonight, but we're going to do our best. That was Cam Reed on the return for Bay City Central.
A little trickeration right out of the box for Coach Frederick and the Bay City Central Wolves. Come away with good field position, Jeff, right at about the 34-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. So 1st and 10 for Bay City Central here on senior night.
It's a great night. The weather is absolutely picture perfect. About 64 degrees at game time. It's going to get a little chilly tonight, but hey, it's week 8 in Michigan. So Wolves taking their time on the first play as trying to get to the outside is Joseph Gibson, and he gets maybe back to the line. They're going to call it a loss of 1 on the play as the defensive end just caved for Traverse City, and that is big number 65, Samuel Rice, the big senior.
Yep, Samuel, and got a little help from his friend number 55, Johnny Ferguson. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11 for Bay City Central. What a great place to watch a football game, Jeff. You're almost like you're hovering right over the field here at Ingle Stadium.
It's next to Northern Michigan University, where you're up on that upper level and you're halfway across the stands. And again, Wolves trying to make something happen offensively, and the defensive line just explodes to the football, led by Solomon amongst others.
Good community tackle right there, Jeff. A lot of black helmets, around the football. Traverse City Central comes down with their familiar black and white with the gold trim and the Trojan on the helmet. Call it 3rd down and 12 for Bay City Central at their own 26-yard line.
Have you ever been to Traverse City Central's
I don't
basketball
think so.
arena?
No.
Oh, it is Hoosier-like. They've got the seating in there is like the Westtown Theater from back in the day, and it's just a great venue. As Gibson's rolling to the wide side, and he goes absolutely nowhere as Burkholder just came through like he was shot out of a cannon. Didn't look like he was touched on the offensive line, and boy, that first offensive series for Bay City Central goes minus 13 yards.
Well, and he had a wide receiver open down the middle of the field, Jeff. I was watching, but he just did not have time to throw the football, did the Gibson, the quarterback. So they're 4th down and 23. They're going to have to kick it away, and Traverse City Central is going to come away with some great field position on their first possession.
Yeah, they may end up in plus territory. And there comes a bunch of pressure, but a nice job getting it off. And there is a friendly roll, and that's going to go down to the 47-yard line before it's down by Bay City Central. That is Austin Weisenbach, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Traverse City Central Trojans as they come out onto the field with their black pants and their white shirt with thin numbers. I don't know where they got away with this with the state of Michigan, because it was supposed to be regulated block numbers for this year, but they must have got special dispensation up there.
Maybe they called down to Lansing and said, next year we'll get those taken care of. But the Trojans come away with good field position on their first offensive play in the games.
Boy, and they look at Central's defense before they even call out the offensive play, as they've got trips to the wide side of the field in a single here with a single back. So Bay City Central should have opportunities to get as trying to get to the outside. Nice open field tackle that time by the defensive back from Bay City Central. That is number 11, and that's Anthony Taylor, or Taylor Anthony, excuse me. For, young Anthony.
Anthony came up from that defensive back, but when your defensive backs, we've said many times, Jeff, when they're making the initial tackle, that's not a good sign. But now the Central Wolves jump off side, and in high school, that's an automatic 5.
That is auto comes. And so that looks like Birchie there, and he's just coming back from a knee injury. He only sat out last week's game, but he's really worked hard to get himself back in shape, and he was listening to the cadence instead of looking at the football, and it'll be 2nd down and less than 1 for TC. Here they come on the jet sweep, and Central doing a great job, and missed tackle that time and a missed opportunity for Central as they would have had him for a loss, and that was Marcelo Escamilla with the initial hit, but credit that running back with a nice 4-yard gain, and it'll be 1st and 10 for TC Central.
Nice job by Escamilla coming up and making that initial hit. A lot of yellow helmets by the football, but the Trojans picked up the first down inside Central territory at the Central 41-yard line.
And this is not a highly proficient offense, only scoring about 15 points a game, so as they tried jet sweeping to the outside again, and again, getting the corner and a gain of about 9+ yards on the play. And there should be a flag at the end of that. No flag there, as that was after the whistle. Back judge goes, nope, my hanky, Mama said don't get my hanky dirty. I don't want no Tide stick out.
I got to go shopping tomorrow for the Tide stick, so don't do anything tonight.
1st and 10 again for TC Central. Again, boy, they're just living and dying on the jet sweep, and Central's defense doing a much better job that time of containing. Defense led on that play by number 72, Action Jackson Miller, as he comes in and makes a big play defensively for only a 2-yard gain, but now going a little tempo is the Traverse City Central team.
Well, the Trojans see something in that jet sweep, Jeff, and they've run that almost pretty much every play. And let's see what they have right now on 2nd down and 8 at the Central 29-yard line.
Well, and the two different things from hurry up and no huddle are you just don't huddle. You take your time, and boy, what a strike. And that was thrown to number 11 on the play, Reb. And there is a nice gain on the play, but Reb's a nice big target.
Well, we were watching Isaac Turnwald in pregame, Jeff, and he was putting some zip on the ball. He's the quarterback for the Trojans. We liked the way he was throwing the football during pregame. So right there, he put it right on the money. Good defense by the Central back, and good pass by Turnwald for the Trojans.
Perfectly thrown football. Really not a lot you can do about that. Now right up the middle, for another huge chunk of real estate goes TC Central. Turnwald, you run the jet sweep enough and you just get people glimpsing for that split second.
Yep.
And he goes right up the middle, moves the sticks down to about the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, TC Central. So jet sweep to the wide side of the field.
Oh, fumble. There's a fumble.
The ball is out.
Looks like Central got it in the end zone, Jeff.
And it's Rip Master coughing it up, and Bay City Central coming up with a big one. And, boy, are they going to rule that down at the 1, or is they going to say he's in the end zone?
No, that's got to be a fumble.
No, that's a fumble. I'm just saying, did he recover it in the end zone, or are they going to give it to Central at the 1? Nope, they're going to bring it out to the 20.
Yeah.
So that's a great break for Bay City Central, as they will have an opportunity now to go back on offense. And that second series is much like the second game. What you learn of tendencies from that defense in the first series will dictate what you call. Maybe look for Central to start with a pass play.
Yeah, that's a great point, Jeff. You kind of fielded your way out the first time you had the football, so the coaches upstairs are talking to the offensive coordinator. Let's see what they make a little bit of an adjustment. Can't get basically away from your game plan, but you could change it up just a skosh.
Well, and they have got 9 in the box, so they certainly are look and run. And the jet sweep to the outside. Again, that defensive end just swallows up the ball carrier, and that's Solomon again, and that's his second big play here in this second series.
He's a tough player on that right defensive end. Solomon's number 56. He's a tough player. And, again, they're getting good penetration at the initial point of the attack, Jeff. But we got a penalty on the – is that a face mask?
I think they had a face mask. It's a 15-yard penalty. I did not see the indication from the ref. I just saw him mark off the big 15, and it will be a 1st and 10 for the Bay City Central Wolves, and kind of helps out big time with your field position.
Well, if it wasn't a face mask, I think it could have been a horse collar, because I kind of saw him kind of going up towards his neck a little bit. So it's a big break for Bay City Central right at their own 30.
1st down and 10. trying to go up the middle and just dancing, looking for daylight, and it's just really tough. He was engulfed by that defensive line once again.
Looks like number 55, Johnny Ferguson for the Trojans, was in on the initial hit with a bunch of his friends coming later. No gain on the play. Jeff, we're at 5:45 and counting here in the first quarter. No score between the visiting Trojans of Traverse City Central and our Bay City Central Wolves.
Again, a great picture-perfect night for football.
Beautiful.
As we just, for week 8, are totally blessed. And again, it's going to get cold as the night goes on, but
Not that cold.
This is great weather indeed. So see if the Central offense can warm up to the occasion. Second down and 10. A little bit of real estate up the middle for a gain on the play of about 3 yards.
It looked like Stakowiak, number 22 for the Bay City Central Wolves, carrying the money right there. Nice gain, Jeff.
Nope, they're going to have number 32
Oh,
on
I'm
that
sorry.
carry. Nope, that's all right. That's Ethan Gammett. As
You're right
Stakowiak
about
will
those
play.
numbers.
Yes. Yep.
Well, with our eyesight up here,
Well, the 2s and the 3s and the 0s and the 6s and 8s, I mean, they are
basically,
very tough for normal sets of eyes.
we'll have to have binoculars next week at Bay City Western.
Oh, boy. So here we go with a big 3rd down and 7. Gibson back. He's got time to throw the football. He's running for his life now. He's got to get rid of that ball. And that ball is going to be picked, almost intercepted on that play by Gavin Love. As, boy, he wishes he had that one back, as he definitely jumped that route and made a great attempt. But Gibson originally looked like he had time. The defense closed in a hurry.
Yeah, that was a nice job by the defensive back of the Trojans, Jeff, coming up, almost picking that off. Good coverage. Good. He put it right where it had to be. So 4th down and long for Bay City Central, and they'll punt it away to the Trojans.
Again, briskly played first quarter
Wow.
to this point. 4:25 left. And that ball very nearly was blocked. And ill-advised play that time by Goodwin, as he thought he was going to pick it up, and it took a little lower hop than he thought, and then he had to jump on it.
You know what I always say, discretion is the better part of valor. That thing's not round. It takes some funny bounces, but he jumped on it and made a good play. Still good field position for the Trojans with 4:16 to go here in the first quarter. No score from Engel Stadium here at Bay City Central.
So let's see what Central defense can do, as defensively Alex Birch back in at the nose. They run that the 3-4. As trying to go backwards, and great run, but there's a reason at the point of attack. I think that was a successful play.
You've taught me that the umpire watches 3 people, center and both guards, and the umpire threw that flag. So I'm going to bet my Social Security check that it's a holding call.
Right guard, more than likely, and that was at the point of attack. So we're going to nullify a 20-yard gain and go back 10 yards. And it'll be first down and 20 yards to go for the TC Central Trojans.
Well, I'm glad I don't lose that money to you. You've got enough already. You don't need any more of mine.
I work at Bay City Central, so it just flows everywhere.
You got something important coming up that you got to pay for. So,
and you know full well what that's all about, Dad. First and 20 for Traverse City. And again, trying the jet sweep to this side. Central looks like they've done a much better job of taking care of that. The defensive adjustment that time, they are bringing the outside backer up at the point of attack and pushing them wider to the outside to allow the flow to get to the football.
Well, and then they're spreading it out towards the sideline, Jeff, and he ran out of room right there. And so a great defense right there by the linebacker and the defensive backs for Bay City Central coming up and making that tackle. 2nd and 22 for the Trojans.
So they've got a little real estate to try and get to. And there's a low snap. And
how'd he get that?
I have no idea how he was able to get that to the running back. who actually makes about a 12-yard gain on the play, and a very good job that time by the quarterback, Turnwald, because I don't even know how he picked that thing up. I thought he was ready to fumble it. He just flicked it up off the ground, and voila, it ended up where it needed to be.
Wow, that was pretty crazy. Back to the initial line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10 at the 39-yard line of the Trojans. Big defensive stand right here for Bay City Central, Jeff.
As the wingback is Ripmaster.
Oh, that's a great name.
Yes, indeed. Along with the other one is Feeney. So Feeney just to the left of the quarterback. And they are going to run the quarterback on a keeper, and he is shut down. Turnwald gets about 5, but needed 10, and probably putting themselves in a punting situation. So that penalty on 1st down really cost that offense big time.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a big defensive stand for Bay City Central, Jeff. That's going to put a little pep in their step. They're going to come away with great field position. So, hats off to that little bit of an adjustment that you talked about earlier by the Bay City Central Wolves.
So now they back up another step. They're going to try a quick kick, which really goes out of bounds at about the 43, 44-yard line.
See where they're...
Well, they're going to call it just shy of the 45-yard line. So excellent starting field position for Bay City Central as they'll come back onto the field and see if that 3rd drive is the charm here with 2 minutes left in our 1st quarter.
That was a nice defensive stand, Jeff, by the Bay City Central Wolves. The penalty helped, but they did a really nice job on a couple of those run plays, come away with good field position. Like you said earlier, briskly played 1st quarter here at Ingle Stadium.
Single back is Gamet as the quarterback is, again, Joe Gibson. And Gibson trying to get around the corner again. He does a nice job of cutting back across the grain, but just getting back to the line of scrimmage as that Traverse City Central defense has been stout.
Reed coming over to get the play from Coach Frederick here on the near sideline. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. And, they're defensively, Jeff, they're doing a pretty good, Traverse City Central's doing a pretty good job this year. They're only giving up, in a range of 20-some points a game, but they are stout inside on that defensive line.
They certainly are, as Central goes to a different look now with trips. As we'll see if they can run a bubble screen or something out of this. Let's see what Coach Freddie's got. Great flat pass, and the completion goes out on the play to number 11, Tyler Anthony. And a huge play right now, and that is just a fun way you go to the trips and you clear out with the other 2, and it's a great 1st down for Bay City Central. The first down of the game for them puts them in Trojan territory.
That was a nice call right there by Coach Frederick, getting Gibson out there in the flat, kind of like a little sprint pass, clear, like you said, clearing out 2 of them. One of them in the flats, put it right on the money to Anthony for a big 1st down for Central.
And that's a pretty easy pass play, and you like that for your first completion.
Yep.
1st and 10, Bay City Central. Gibson back again, and he's running for his life. Get that ball thrown away, and that ball is picked off by a biggin, and he gets back to the 45-yard line. As that big
Ferguson.
Defensive lineman, hopefully there's still some air left in that football from him grabbing onto that pigskin.
He's down defensive lineman, Jeff. He came all the way across the field to get that interception. And, that was probably the last player from Traverse City Central that you were going to think was going to intercept the pass, because the Wolf player, I think it was Anthony, was wide open.
Yep. Yeah, he came and closed the gap that you didn't expect him to close.
Not at all. Ferguson's a good athlete.
Change of possession here. The ball will go into play, and the clock start on the snap, which will probably be the last play of our 1st quarter. Handoff up the middle. And again, nice initial gain, but then running laterally on the play was Feeney. as they're going to give him a gain of about 3 yards on the play, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. At the end of one, Bay City Central nothing, Traverse City Central nothing. Back in a moment for the second quarter on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on Bay County TV, ready for the second quarter after a scoreless first. Traverse City Central with a second down and 6 yards to go. A little counter action. Central ready for that, as a very nice job defensively on the running back. Feeney was swallowed up by Cruz Beeson.
That was a nice tackle by Cruz for the Central Wolves. Got down low, hit him right around the thigh pads, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4. Another big defensive stand here for the Bay City Central Wolves.
And always love running into Cruz in the hallways. Always a happy, positive guy, and just loves life, and just made a nice tackle defensively. As Stakowiak now going to the wide side linebacker position, as now he'll come up to the line of scrimmage. And on the 3rd down, a little bit of time to throw the ball, and it's picked off by the Bay City Central Wolves. And that looks like number 27, and that's Brylan Narvaez.
Brylan did a nice job on the old tip drill, Jeff. That's something that you practice pretty much every day. For 5 minutes, get the old tip drill going. Nice job. Good pressure by the defensive line and great coverage by the DBs for Central, and a big turnover for the Traverse City Trojans, because if they didn't make that interception, they would have had to punt it. Central might not have had this great a position.
They would be a long way back from that spot. So another great start for Bay City Central. Let's see. Boy, they got press coverage down here in man coverage. A little skinny post could result in something big, and trying to flare that thing to the outside. And boy, Traverse City Central just had that snuffed out, as big number 65 Rice in on that tackle of the Bay City Central Wolves.
They got their defensive line they're not only big guys, they're very athletic. They can get out there and they can run you down, as we saw by Ferguson's interception, and 65 right there, Rice getting out there. So loss of 5 on the play, Jeff. 2nd down, 15 for the Wolves.
Well, and number 7 not in my program, so I can't give the young man credit for that catch. As Gibson back again. Here comes the pressure. Nice pump fake. Now he's going to be running for his life, and he looks and sees nothing but a sea of white coming, and he ducks out of bounds after another loss of about 3 yards on the play. And that will bring up 3rd down and 18 yards to go, as, boy, Traverse City defense is just flowing to the football.
Yeah, 54, Kalen Burkholder from his linebacker position, Jeff, was right there. Ran Gibson out of bounds for they lost 3, 3rd and 18. They got to go all the way out to the 50-yard line to get a 1st down. See what Coach Frederick draws up for Gibson here on 3rd and long. 10:22 to go here in the second quarter. No score in the game between the Trojans of Traverse City Central and the Bay City Central Wolves.
Well, both defenses in this game have been opportunistic and come up with the plays that they've needed. And let's see what Central can do here on 3rd down, as Gibson tosses this ball down, and it's caught. It could have been a penalty flag on top of it, but they didn't get the penalty flag. And it's Ethan Gammett coming out of the backfield with a big-time catch.
That was a nice replaced ball. You're right, Jeff.
And a penalty flag, the old yellow hanky.
I didn't see that come out because I was watching the pass, but the referee's picking his flag up at the 27-yard line of Bay City Central. So a big play. And you're right. I looked like pass interference, and they never threw the flag on that.
I really feel like that's what Kevin Frederick's quick comment to the back judge or the side judge, like, really, all that contact? And even though my kid caught the ball, he was interfered with. That should have been offsetting penalties and replay the down. But boy, what a great pass from Gibson, and what a great catch by Gam at that time. But they're going to move it back another 10, and boy, if he's got time, he's going to have to hurl this thing 30 yards downfield.
Yeah, third down and 28. That's a tough break for Bay City Central. That was a heck of a catch by Gamet.
As they run to the outside, initial gain on the play is going to be about 6 or 7 yards. As that looks again like Ethan Gamet.
Yeah.
And he's going to pick up maybe 6, and that will be a punting situation for Central. So what a tough break.
Sure was.
As Central would have been over midfield and had a much-needed first down.
They've done some nice things in the last 2 possessions with the football, have the Wolves, Jeff. So, they feel very confident. They're moving the football. Tough break, but you know what? You got to overcome it. You got to get on defense, get the ball back.
Boy, again, very close to a block, but a nice job getting that kick off, and they are just sitting down there, and they're going to be a blindside block, and they're going to go back 15 yards.
That was a good call.
It was uncalled for.
That was you're exactly right.
And that I don't use the word cheap shot. It was an ill-advised hit,
right?
But you could hurt somebody with a hit like that. So good thing the young man from Central got right back up from that play, but it's going to cost him 15 yards.
Yeah, that was right in front of the referees, Jeff, and there was no doubt they were going to call it. And the Central coaching staff kind of helped out a little bit too, along with the Central faithful. So
when you're defenseless like that, there's no reason. The ball is not going to be returned. So let's see how they're going to choose to call this. Yep, so it will be a blindside block. It'll be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And then it'll be first down for Traverse City Central. So costly mistake in real estate there for TCC.
Yep. And those type of errors as a coach just drive you absolutely crazy. So you have to make sure, there was no reason. You pull the young man aside and say, hey, you've got to think, use your head, young man. It's over with. Put it in the past, and let's get back out there and do it better next time.
So 1st and 10, Traverse City. Handoff up the middle, then getting to the second level, and action looked like there might have been a fumble there, and the head linesman's coming and saying down by contact. So the ball did come loose. There was a little unusual activity at the end of that play. And so a gain of about 7 yards on the play for TC, as I believe that ball carrier was Feeney.
Sometimes when that ball, you don't stop even after the whistle blows. You keep going after it because you just never know what's going to happen underneath all that pile. And
the quarterback on the keeper. Very nice job that time by Ripmaster of the fake going to the wide side. And Turnwald pulls it forward for a big gain out to the 45.
Well, he's got good vision because he kept it. I was watching. I thought he handed it off to the back in motion, and then he took it right up the middle. Good blocking by the Trojans' offensive line. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their own 45.
So Bay City Central defense, and they look to be in attack mode and trying to come around this time with absolutely nowhere to go, and that was Carter Glee. He ran out of real estate. He was wishing he was playing north of the border in Canada.
With the wider field. Who did a nice job right there for Central? Logan Komeyer for Bay City Central, stringing that play out from his defensive back position. Good job, young man. He really did a really nice job there.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 yards to go for TCC. The Trojans at their own 45-yard line. Turnwald again looks things over and motion to the wide side. Turnwald going up the field, and he picks up some real estate, able to turn the corner on the outside. And he's going to be into Bay City Central territory down to about the 33-yard line before he's finally brought out of bounds.
Just got caught outside. They just let him outside a little bit, Jeff. And the quarterback for Traverse City, he's got some wheels. He's got an extra gear when he gets outside, is number 13. So a big play for Traverse City Central all the way down to the 33-yard line, Bay City Central.
Yeah, Turnwald is a good player. It looks like we're going to have Bay City Central with a timeout. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
Choose Renue Physical Therapy for an experience that exceeds expectations. When our team started out, we researched the physical therapy industry to learn what patients and doctors liked and what they disliked. Now we have the perfect formula for you. We offer individualized one-on-one care that is custom tailored to you, ensuring that your needs are met and your goals are attained. With our evidence-based approach to physical therapy, we're able to provide a level of care unlike any other. Contact us today to learn more. We're here to help. Renue Physical Therapy.
Back here on Bay County TV. Mike, thank a few of our great sponsors, please.
All right, Jeff, we got a great crew. The Covenant Healthcare, Renue Physical Therapy, Sandlot Sports, the Bay City All Saints Booster Club, Frank's Great Outdoors, Commissioners Vaughn Begic, and Tim Benashak. Thank you guys for all your support.
Boy, again, giving up leverage. That ball carrier on the play is Feeney. He gets down the sidelines inside the 10-yard line. I think they're going to rule him out at the 2-yard line, as the defensive back for the outside linebacker just thought he could get to the spot in time, but Feeney had an extra gear and got to the outside and picked up a huge chunk of real estate.
He's good-looking running back, number 21, Feeney for Traverse. He's only an 11th grader, too, Jeff. They've got a young team, too, looking at their roster.
Boy,
that's a nice stick.
Turnwald just got lit up at the line of scrimmage. They maybe gave him one down to the 1-yard line, but the defensive interior of the Bay City Central Wolves, led by number 7 again. Unfortunately, I don't have a name for that young man. We'll have to see during the next stoppage of play if we can get that.
Ripmaster? Brady? No, that's all right. I was looking over at the booth next to us, Jeff. Excuse me.
Nope, that's all right.
Nope.
We'll
find
down
out.
And goal from the 1.
He's had a couple good big plays, number 7, for the Wolves.
He has. And boy, that's a low snap. And the running back, again, number 21 on that play. Feeney, I don't think he got in.
Looked like they did the little tush push over there, too.
Number 21, Rutger Feeney on the off tackle. Stop short of the goal.
Yep, it will be 3rd down and goal from the 1. So Bay City Central is stellar and stout on that defensive line.
Comes the big fella, number 74, Jonathan Altman, in for the defensive line for Bay City Central. Jeff, nice job by the defense of Bay City Central. 3rd down and less than a yard to go for the Trojans at Traverse City Central.
Well, and Traverse City trying to come up to the line real quick so that Central doesn't have a chance to see what they're doing. And what a great run, and it is Turnwald into the end zone. Traverse City Central, touchdown! As they did a very nice job on that play, and it took them 3 times to go 2 yards, so give Central defense a little credit on that goal line stand.
They did a nice job there for the first 3 plays of that, Jeff. Traverse City Central come in, try for the extra point. Number 14 is Grant Sevier for the Trojans.
Sevier gets that, and it just gets inside that right goal post. Time out of the field now with 5:59 left in the first half of play. Traverse City Central Trojans 7, and the Bay City Central Wolves nothing. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local source for team uniforms, sports spirit wear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spirit wear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Back here on Bay County TV is Slavier with a high short end over end kick. And is that ball going to go out of bounds? It does go out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And so what your options are going to be there, you're going to have them re-kick it?
Nope.
Or you're going to take the ball at the 35-yard line.
Or
you take it at the spot that it went out +5.
I'm taking that 35.
I'd say that's a good move.
I've made one in my coaching career, and it was tonight.
Nice. You've done good, brother.
You've taught me well.
So first and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Bay City Central Wolves. Let's see what the offense can bring to the table here at the midway point of our second quarter in Week 8 at Ingle Stadium. Gibson back again at the quarterback. And absolutely nowhere to go for Ethan Gamm at that time, as the defensive line that time led by number 54, Burkholder, just slammed the door.
Boy, Rice with a little bit of extra help at the end. No gain on the play. Actually lost one, Jeff. And we did finally find out who number 7 was for the Bay City Central Wolves.
Well, and it's Landon Thorne. So the young man, we'd love to be able to give him the proper love that he deserves. So
he's had a nice game tonight.
Has done some nice things for Bay City Central. Second down and 11 now as we're at 5:17 and counting. Central really spreading it out here with trips. And there we go. Now we got the lineup the correct way. And that pass in and out of the hands of Cam Reed. And,
whoa.
Cam said, I wish I had that one because he still might be running.
He'd be running down the Center Avenue. He'd be running like Forrest Gump right out the gate, down Johnson Street to Center Avenue.
He'd be going to get some ice cream at the Ideal Party store.
Shamrock Ice Cream Store. Right.
Third down at 11 for Bay City Central, as that pass was hot, but it was on the money.
Yeah, and I'm looking right here, Jeff, maybe Coach Frederick. They remember that little sprint pass when he was rolling out. He was very successful on that the last time he threw it. So let's see what Coach Frederick calls on 3rd and 11 for the Wolves.
Again, he's going to stay in that spread formation with trips to the near side of the field. And a good job catching the ball. He's going to go down the other side of the field and just over the outstretched hands of the wide receiver for Bay City Central, McGill. As Sebastian just couldn't catch up to him, but they had the right call and they had the right against the defense, but unfortunately the ball was just about 3 foot too far.
Threw that thing about 40 yards in the air too, Jeff. That was a nice pass by Gibson. 4th down and 11 for the Bay City Central Wolves, and 5:02 to go here in the first half.
Wolves in punt formation. Good exchange, and again, pressure coming. That ball may have been tipped as it gets a great Bay City Central roll and will go down to the 36-yard line. So again, great pressure by Traverse City Central on the punts. They've had them on every single punt. Ball goes over on downs with a big old Harvest Moon in the background. I'm sure Nick Page is going to get a couple of good looks at that.
That's beautiful.
Just to the left of Bay Regional over there at McLaren.
That is a full Harvest Moon tonight.
That's a shine on Harvest Moon.
Shine on Harvest Moon.
Oh, yes.
Up in the sky.
We'll spare you the whole song. You got the picture. 1st and 10, though, for Traverse City Central. And Central's defense doing a great job of leveraging against that motion of the wide side of the field. And Turnwald gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage by the Central defense.
Gammett, right, comes up there from that linebacker position, does a nice job And, another low snap. When it gets low like that, Jeff, it just kind of affects the timing of the play. So that's why if you're going to go into the pistol or the shotgun, you got to have that snap perfect, because it does interrupt the flow of the play.
Well, especially if you're running a sweep or a jet or something, because that is all predicated on timing. 2nd down and 11. Going to the wide side of the field, and with a burst of speed is Goodwin. And Goodwin just went through a small crack on that far side of the field and turned that into a big one.
Knocked out of bounds by number 7 for the Wolves, Landon Thorne, but not before the Trojans pick up a first down at about the 36-yard line of the Bay City Central Wolves. And again, nice job by Goodwin, the quarterback, the running back, to get out there, Jeff.
Boy, it just seemed like Central had him bottled up, and he found a small seam and really turned on the Jets. Trying to come to the near side of the field again, another nice gain on the play for this time number 7, Ripmaster. And Thorne, amongst others, coming from his defensive back position to make the stop.
Ripmaster's got a little speed too, so good gain on the play. Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 for the Trojans. And another briskly played second quarter.
And I'll tell you what, a great job on the quarterback keeper that time by Turnwald, because if they handed that ball off, he was going to be gobbled up by Gamet.
Well, that's why you got to keep your head up there, Jeff. And if you see the defensive player take the running back, you got to pull it out and run it yourself. If he takes you, you just hand it off to the running back. So good vision by Turnwald.
Read option. That's exactly what
RPO.
is transferred. And when that transpires, that's just a great job of reading the play by Turnwald, and he kept the ball. Very easy to look at from up here, but very tough
to defend.
Split-second decision. Turnwald on the skinny. Has that skinny post, and Goodwin had that thing whistle right through his hands.
Escamilla in on the coverage for Central Wolves. 2:40 to go here in the first half. This is really important, Jeff. I think, when you look at the score, 7-0, you got to keep them out of the end zone here. You can't go into the locker room down 14-0. 10-0 is, that's not good, but it's better than 14-0.
Well, in Goodwin, I think his speed is just because his stride length is so long. Turnwald trying to get to the outside of the field. Central doing a very nice job, and very nice job of keeping him from going into the side stands there, as that cement wall is not forgiving.
One of the beautiful things of this stadium is, Jeff, you're so close to the playing field when you're in the stands. The stands are right there. It's the normal distance from the sideline to the stands, but you're right on top of it. So they kind of held up a little bit and did a nice job of stringing that play out again. Thorne was over there again with a bunch of his buddies.
Well, Bay City Central's defense only gave up 2 on that play. As again, another low snap. And the ball carrier finding the corner that time is Kaufman. He just finds another gear, too, as he gets to the corner, and he's down to the 5-yard line before he gets out of bounds.
Well, I thought he was going to run out of real estate with all those yellow helmets over there, but he cut it up just before he got to the sideline, Jeff, and got a big 1st and goal to go for the Traverse City Central Trojans.
Well, this 5 yards of real estate is going to be huge if Central can keep them out of the end zone, as you just talked about. Another low snap, and right up the middle, it's a Traverse City Central Trojan touchdown.
Number 21, Feeney.
It was just too easy, man. That was a huge hole for Feeney as he went up the middle, and he didn't even find any contact and walked into the end zone.
And to try the extra point is Grant Sevier for the Traverse City Central Trojans. 13-0, 2:06 to go here in the first half from Bay City Central.
Extra point is up. It's long enough, and it's good. Timeout again on the field with 2:06 left in the first half. 14-0. Traverse City Central over Bay City Central. Back in a moment on BCTV.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school, and we care about our sports.
We know you do, too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So here's our perspective to make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and yell during games, but we all make mistakes.
It makes the game more enjoyable when we hear you cheering positively.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling at an official, remember that you are representing our school.
As much as we want to win, just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with their coaches. They have a tough job.
You can support them by accepting their decisions.
And being thankful for all the time they have devoted to making us better.
Showing empathy and support to everyone involved is important.
Remember, you are the ones that set the example.
Thanks for coming to our games, taking us to practice, and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do it without you.
As Severe addresses the football, and it is a long boot taken by the Bay City Central Wolves on the 10. On the reverse, Bay City Central finding a little seam upfield, and a great job of not whipping the player out of bounds, and that was Bay City Central's number 11 on that return, Tyler Anthony, with a great job getting them out to the 48-yard line.
Zrimek is the one that pushed him out of bounds, Jeff, and you made a great point. He could have just kind of kept on going with the tackle, but he held him up, and Central comes away with great field position with $1:58 to go here in the first half.
So plenty of time with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half for Central to make something happen, as they've got a wing and 2 wides to the far side. Gibson is throwing that out into single coverage again, and good defense provided that time. Sebastian McGill couldn't quite get to the ball as Glee provided the defense.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good defense right there, Jeff, for the Traverse City Central Trojans. Referee was right there. Great idea. It was another good pass, but just a skosh too long.
And again, I think Central has found something in putting trips to the wide side, knowing that they're going to get isolation man coverage, and just a matter of connecting with it. So only a few seconds off the clock, $1:52 left. And Gibson, the ball carrier, he picked up maybe about a yard. He's caught around the legs again by number 56, Solomon. The defensive interior line has been very impressive.
Traverse City timeout, Jeff.
All right, TC Central going to take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment on BCTV.
Your husband is having a heart attack. The ambulance crew asks,
"Which hospital?"
Before you answer, consider this. Covenant Healthcare is the region's most preferred hospital for both emergency and heart care. With an expert team of board-certified cardiologists and the Great Lakes Bay region's first and largest structural heart disease program.
Take us to Covenant.
Good answer.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Guazdala, glad to have you along. Nick Page producing, directing, and filming tonight. It's a big 3rd down and 10 for Bay City Central. Gibson's back to pass. He's got a little bit of time to throw the football, and he's throwing that thing deep and is tipped away by the defender and unable to be caught by the wide receiver. And that will bring up a 4th down. Great job by the pass rusher for Traverse City to pull up at the last second to keep from the potential for getting a late hit on the quarterback.
Yep, you know, sometimes it's pretty inviting to want to hit that quarterback after he throws the ball, Jeff, and you've seen him kind of crack down on that in all levels this year. So it's going to be 4th down and 10, and the Central Wolves are going to have to kick it away to the Trojans of Traverse City Central.
Let's see if they can neutralize that pass rush a little bit better this time. And again, another low kick, and it was almost blocked, as every single one of them have been. That takes a great Central roll all the way down to the 15-yard line, where with a $1:28 left in our first half of play, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Traverse City Central Trojans. They've got to go 85 yards of real estate if they want pay dirt late in the first.
Well, there was a timeout earlier where they stopped the clock, got them a little extra time, Jeff, so it is a long ways to go. So Central will be playing the prevent defense here. Just don't let anybody in a white jersey get behind you and keep that clock running, keep them in bounds.
Well, Tyler Anthony is the one playing center field back here, and the last line of defense to make sure everybody stays in the front. As the running back, who's done it all night long, Turnwald, as he's going to pick up 4 or 5 yards on the play, but somebody getting up pretty slow for Bay City Central, as they're going to be able to make that change here and get him off the field. We got officials timeout for that injured player, and so nice job. And I think that Traverse City Central may have called the timeout, or was it Bay City Central?
I did not see him.
Well, somebody called the timeout. I was watching a player come off the field. Nobody called timeout. It was officials' timeout. So that's why we didn't see a signal.
Well, and looking at the stats, Jeff, Turnwald's coming in with 262 yards of rushing into this game. So the young man has carried the ball 75 times for 262 yards. So they rely on him pretty heavily. And, of course, Sweeney's their number one rusher.
So it will be 2nd down and 5 yards to go. And a pass down the middle, and just a step behind being able to pick that. Tyler Anthony back there playing center field had a beat on that thing.
Number 32, Grayson Field, was the intended receiver for Traverse City, but nice job by Anthony. And number 5 for Bay City Central, Cruz Beeson. And they kind of threw that into double coverage. Anthony from the safety position got over there. Nice job by the Wolves.
Central going with the 2 deep safeties. As Turnwald throws that thing across the middle. And a great open field tackle by Bay City Central defender, Landon Thorne again.
That was a nice tackle.
That'll be enough to move the sticks. And it will be a 1st and 10 for Traverse City Central. And down to 42 seconds and counting left in the first half. Turnwald again, trying to get the offense going quickly. Pass to the outside. Nice reception that time by Goodwin. He had his forward momentum stopped, his forward progress. And so that clock continues to roll. As they quickly come to the line of scrimmage, down under 20 seconds left. Traverse City Central going to call a timeout. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV. Founded in 2011, Renue Physical Therapy has quickly become the Great Lakes Bay region's fastest-growing patient-centered physical therapy and rehabilitation specialists. With 16 locations to serve you, our friendly, highly qualified staff of physical, occupational, and massage therapists take great pride in offering one-on-one treatments through customized plans to help you achieve the best possible outcome for your health. Our offices accept most major insurances and are well-versed in navigating the complexities of insurance policies, ensuring you receive the coverage and benefits you deserve. Visit our website at renewept.com to request your appointment today. Back on Bay County TV with 20 ticks left in the first half, 2nd and 2. As Turnwald back right now. Here comes the pressure from Central, and that pass is incomplete. Great pressure that time from Bay City Central. They got it in 2 fronts from Jackson Miller and Jonathan Altman. They were going back there looking ready to have a little party at the quarterback.
Action Jackson and Altman were doing a nice job chasing down the quarterback for Traverse City Central.
So Central is going to stay in their prevent defense, at least off the initial, as they're looking like they're going to rush 3. And nobody jumping for Traverse City. And Turnwald says, I think I'm just going to pull this thing forward and see if I can pick up a little real estate. He's going to pick up the first down and get out of bounds with 8 ticks left in our first half of play. They'll move the sticks, and they'll be out to the 48-yard line. So they almost have to have one more play run where they're going to be able to get maybe 10 yards before he can loft it into the end zone on the next play. We'll find out what they do.
I thought that was a good job by Central, stringing it out again, and smart play by the quarterback running out of bounds to stop the clock.
Turnwald going right down the middle, and that's exactly what they got with 2 seconds. And we are going to have, with 2 seconds left, I believe that Traverse City is going to be able to call their last timeout of the first half. So we'll take a quick break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back on Bay County TV with 2 ticks left. And Central's going to call a timeout now that they have seen the offensive setup for Traverse City. They might as well use their last one. Coach Coakley says, let's talk things over and make certain that they keep it out of the end zone. We'll take a quick break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on Bay County TV for what should be the last play of the first half. Turnwald back, and he's going to throw that thing down the middle, and ill-advised pass, and I believe that is picked off by the Bay City Central Wolves. Thorne with that interception, and that brings us to the end of the first half with our score, Traverse City Central 14 and the Bay City Central Wolves nothing. Back in a moment, we'll recap the first half, set the stage for the second half right here on BCTV.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Good evening and welcome back to our Renue Physical Therapy halftime show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala. This was the first half pretty much dominated by the defenses.
Yeah, Jeff, both defenses played really well. We're 14-0 here at the halftime. I thought Central's defense did really well. An interception, got that fumble recovery in the first quarter, stopped the Trojans. And, you know, Trojans are just solid on defense, putting a lot of pressure on the offense of Bay City Central. So Central's going to have to make some adjustments at halftime, and then we'll see what they can do in the second half.
Well, and I believe Central's going to need to come out with some quicker passing. The defensive line really dominant for TCC in that first half, and I think that's a way to slow down and neutralize them a little bit.
Well, we saw a couple of times when Gibson has a chance to roll out on that little sprint pass and roll out pass. He's very effective. He has a good little time, and those are kind of easier passes. That's 7 to 10 to 12-yard pass. So you might see that a little bit more in the second half. Make it easier on Gibson, and that could open up the running game also.
Boy, the second half, it's going to go a long way to telling how the rest of this game goes on the first possession. TCC gets their hands on the ball first, and it's imperative that Central get a stop and try and get some momentum offensively.
Yeah, you don't want to give them any energy coming out of halftime, Jeff. Traverse City's, they can run the football, they can pass it, so it's going to be imperative that Central gets a stop, get the ball back, and hopefully can put some points on the board there in the third quarter.
That about puts the wraps on our Renue Physical Therapy halftime show. Back with all the second half action in just a moment on BCTV.
Choose Renue Physical Therapy for an experience that exceeds expectations. When our team started out, we researched the physical therapy industry to learn what patients and doctors liked and what they disliked. Now we have the perfect formula for you. We offer individualized one-on-one care that is custom tailored to you, ensuring that your needs are met and your goals are attained. With our evidence-based approach to physical therapy, we're able to provide a level of care unlike any other. Contact us today to learn more. We're here to help. Renue Physical Therapy.
Back here ready to start the second half. Weisenbach will kick off for Bay City Central as the Traverse City Central Trojans will have their hands on the ball, in theory, first here in the third quarter. Great kick down to about the 15-yard line, and it's returned on the play by number 14, Slavier, as the kicker gets in on a little action on a return. It's like, oh, run that thing back, but just make sure you don't do anything to that right foot.
I get to use my hands this time instead of my right foot. Or left foot. I think he's left-footed. Come away again. Trojans in good field position, Jeff. They're going to mark it at about, they're going to move back to the 30-yard line where he got knocked out of bounds. Be 1st and 10 for Traverse City Central. Just underway here in the third quarter.
And, you know, they're looking like, okay, yeah, those are both ours, so we'll take them. If not, hey, thanks, TC. We just got an extra ball. So 1st and 10, Traverse City. And there's another ball down on the ground. And Turnwald, he had to do a little spin and a little dipsy-doing to find out that thing was right down between the wickets.
It looks like a little Saturday Night Fever going on right there down at Uncle Dunkel's back in the day.
Bobby McGee's second down after the loss of 5, and 15 yards to go for Traverse City.
We're getting old. We're old.
We're
buddy.
flashbacking.
We're old.
I tell you. And there's a great seam run that time by number 21 Feeney, and Feeney picks up about 8 yards of real estate on a nice run.
Anthony with a good open field tackle. So good he took the shoe right off of Feeney. Good gain on the play, Jeff. 3rd down and about 6 to go for the Trojans, but Anthony with another good open field tackle for the Wolves.
Big play here early in this third quarter for both teams. Central see if they can get off the field and get their offense on and rolling. Another low snap, and that pass once again is complete. And is Reb out there as he spins away from the tackle, looked like from Thorne out there, and picks up the first.
Turnwald does a nice job. That was another low snap, and he just got it right from his shoelaces and zipped it right out there. So, again, they were having a little problem snapping the football in that shotgun or pistol position. So, Wolves are going to have to keep an eye on that.
And, you know, not often are they running man up right over the center. They're running more gap. And so trying to come to the outside, and again, just finding enough real estate as Feeney, and he picks up a solid 5 yards on the play before Thorne comes up and Anthony comes up, and also back on that play is Alexander Birch coming all the way out.
Nice job by Birch coming all the way across the field, Jeff. He kind of reminds me of those Midland High linemen. He's quick, short, very strong, and getting down there. And I'm going to remember the name that they used to call them.
They're moles.
Yeah, exactly. Just breaking up the play at the point of attack.
And Birch takes on that double team again as they continue to just take a chunk of real estate down the far side of the field into Central Territory, down to the 42-yard line. It'll be another 1st and 10 for Traverse City Central.
Again, that jet sweep does a nice job for the Trojans. Knocked out of bounds, stopping the clock keeps clock running. 9:20 and counting to go here in the third quarter. Traverse City with a nice drive so far here to start the second half.
The full Wolves with their familiar 3-man front defensively. And Feeney, the ball carrier, up the middle. No, on the quarterback keeper. And getting shut down is Turnwald, as he could not turn the corner. Central defense flowing to the football.
Kohlmeyer came up from his DB position, Jeff. Did a nice job. Loss on the play of 2, call it 2nd and 12. But the defensive backs for Bay City Central, I've been impressed with them. They do some nice job tackling the football.
They do a real nice job in open field, making very, very confident tackles, keeping it from being a bigger game. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play. And on the jet sweep again, blowing a tire and being able to pick that ball back up. But another 4-yard loss as the Central defenders got out there in a big hurry. And Action Jackson Miller was the first out there to shut the door on that one.
I thought it was a fumble. It must have been either a shoe or a piece of turf flying up there. But 3rd and 15 for the Trojans. Big opportunity right here for Bay City Central.
Well, that running back heard the 543 Miller train coming through, and he blew a tire. Turnwald back to throw. He's got time to throw the football. He steps into a throw. And, boy, Goodwin wants that one back as that thing was absolutely thrown on a dart, but right into a bad spot. Didn't catch it with his hands, though. Tried to cradle it with his body, and that's not what you teach to the wide receivers.
Yeah, right off the left shoulder pad, Jeff. So, nice throw, but unfortunately incomplete. Stops the clock, but again, a big break for Bay City Central, so they're probably going to quick kick this like they did the first time they punted.
Yep, and he'll only step back about another couple of steps, and they're not going to run a play here on 4th down and 17.
Nope.
And they're going to just do a quick kick, and they're going to let that thing roll out, and it'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line. And at that point, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bay City Central Wolves. So the defense does their job to start the 3rd quarter.
Well, let's see what kind of adjustments that they're going to make here in the second half, Jeff. We saw a little bit of adjustments there in the first half on the run. See what Coach Frederick will do. We know, following him for pretty much all of his coaching career, that he is very good at making adjustments in the second half. Let's see what the Wolves can come up with here and get some points on the board.
As Central will run trips to the wide side of the field, so they've stayed with the spread formation, have had some success moving the ball. And the ready for play comes from our referee, and Gibson is ready to get that shotgun snap. Boy, again, trying to go right up the middle, and that defense for Traverse City is slamming the door, led by number 55, Ferguson, as they've just done a really nice job of shutting down that Central rushing attack.
Well, Ferguson is a big body along with number 56, Solomon, and they do a nice job clogging up that middle. Defensive ends are doing a nice job pinching down, so it was a gain of 1 on the play. We have maybe a half a yard. We'll call it 2nd down and 9 for Bay City Central at their own 21-yard line.
Again, staying with the trips to the wide side of the field as they are trying to single McGill here on the near side of the field, as the defensive back seems to be playing a little softer. And that ball is fumbled down on the ground and very alertly picked up by Central, and probably for a 1-yard gain on the play, as it didn't look that time like Gibson had gotten hit. He just lost control of the football.
Yeah, I think he was bringing it down to tuck it, Jeff, and he just lost. It just slipped out of his hands. But number 1, Logan Kohlmeyer, was right at the right spot at the right time to recover that fumble. You're right. Gain of 2 on the play, 3rd down and 7 for Bay City Central.
So we'll find out what Coach Frederick has in store for this 3rd down and 7. As, again, on 3rd down, they have shown the ability to go to the trips on the formation, but Central shows a whole different look on 3rd as they go bunch trips, and now they go motion to the near side of the field. And that pass is complete. And trying to see.
It looks like number 34, but I don't see a number for that young man either, 34. Mike Vincent just asked us if we knew who 34 was, and we couldn't give him an answer.
Well, that's another one that gets us. See if Mike got that info. Mac Evans. All right, we'll add him to the list. But when it's all said and done, 1st and 10 for the Bay City Central Wolves. Gibson throws that out. Very nice job that time by Gammon, picking up the first down, and just when they thought he was going out of bounds, picks up another 7 yards. What a great catch of a ball thrown to that outside, and Gammon just went and gobbled it up, and those are the kind of things that really add confidence to Gibson as he's throwing the football.
Well, I don't know if you saw it, Jeff, but Kohlmeyer came back, and it wasn't a pancake, but he came back and made a nice block to get Gammon around the corner, just slowed the Trojan player down. So what a nice job for the Wolves right at the 40-yard line of Traverse City Central.
Well, the nicest drive of the night for Bay City Central. Let's see if they can continue that progress as Gammon again gets back to the line of scrimmage and absolutely gets stuffed by 2 players, and that's number 55 Ferguson and 65 Rice.
Well, and you still got to keep running the ball, Jeff. That's going to open up the passing game. So loss of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 11. So, you know, that sprint pass that we saw earlier in the game, that was a nice play. That little bubble screen right there has been working well for the Wolves. So let's see what Coach Frederick dials up on 2nd down and 11.
As the offense comes up to the line of scrimmage. And who do we got as number 34? I forgot to write it down.
Mac Evans.
Mac Evans. A little bit of time to throw the football, brings that down across the middle of the field for a completion down to the 37-yard line. And that is to number 10, Cameron Reed, as Cam picks up a little bit of real estate, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 7-yard to go situation as he was quickly tackled by the TCC defense.
Could be 4-down territory right here for Bay City Central if they don't get the first down, Jeff. They got to go to the 30, so I would say you're looking at 4-down territory here for Bay City Central.
Well, and that certainly is predicated on what happens here on 3rd down, if they can make any positive yardage. And so Mac Evans now gets lined up. And again, with time to throw the football, turn it and go, as he finds a big fella going down the inside as 34 with that catch again.
Mac Evans again with a great catch, Jeff. And I was watching Gibson on that. He had number 4, McGill, out there in the flat about 15, 20 yards, but he kind of peeked back and saw Evans coming across wide open. He kind of threw it across his body, but what a great throw and a great catch and a big first down for Bay City Central.
And that's a confident throw for Gibson, because he could have tucked it with a great opportunity to make the first down, but
he would have got it too.
A strike.
He would have got the first down if he ran it, but you know, Mac Evans coming in the ballgame making a statement here in the 3rd quarter.
Back to throw the football again. Coming back for the football is number 4 on the play, McGill. So Bay City Central with a nice drive going and 6 yards of real estate on first down.
Well, I was looking downfield because I could see McGill coming, and I also saw Cameron Reed. He was going to the left corner of the end zone down there at the north end zone. He was wide open, but another great pass by Gibson and another good catch by number 4, McGill.
Staying with the high percentage and moving the ball, moving the sticks. 2nd down and 4 yards to go. And we're going to have a fault. Oh, offside on the defense. We're going to get a free first down out of it. So now you get the defense being a little bit jumpy and either lined up in the neutral zone. I didn't see anybody jump. I think somebody just lined up in the neutral. But regardless, it's going to make a first down and goal for Bay City Central, as that ball will go down to the 10-yard line.
Another big break for Bay City Central, Jeff. Wow, brisk for our 3rd quarter. There's a $1:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Wolves are knocking on the door.
That's basically one possession for each team here in the 3rd. as Bay City Central trying to hit pay dirt. They run that trip formation to the wide side of the field with a tight end to the near side. And a nice job that time. It looked like Gamet bounced off the initial hit and maybe went forward and got a yard inside the 10 to the 9.
Gibson over on the sideline, getting the next play from Coach Fredericks. Gain of 1, maybe a yard and a half. We'll call it, looks closer to the 8 than it does to the 9. So 2nd and goal from the 8 for Bay City Central.
Obviously 4-down territory at this position on the field.
I keep my eye on number 34, Mack. He's come in and gave the Wolves a little bit of a spark.
Well, big target too, So Gibson back, and he blows a tire. Really well defended play, though. I looked downfield as soon as he sprinted out, and there was really no clear-cut opening. And I think Central is going to be able to let this third quarter run to a close, and they will have time to talk about this big third down play, and that will be coming from the 15-yard line. So as they'll walk things down at the end of our third quarter of play, Traverse City Central 14, Bay City Central nothing. Back in a moment for the final 12 on BCTV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready. With the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Back on Bay County TV as we're ready for the fourth quarter. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala, glad to have you along. Producing, directing, and filming, Nick Page. Has a big third down play, and they go out of the backfield in a well-designed play because both of the defensive backs on that side, Mike, were blocked as the pass just a little bit thrown behind the intended receiver, and that had a chance to hit the end zone.
Yeah, I thought that was a good call right there by Coach Frederick. So it's 4th down and goal to go, so they're going to go for it from the 15-yard line, just underway here in the fourth quarter. And Coach Frederick's giving Gibson the play. He's coming back on the field. So this is a big one right here for Bay City Central.
And again, I would say look at who's on the field, and I don't see the big tight end, so having to get rid of that ball in the middle of the field, penalty flag down, and we got some contact, and that could be, it's not an automatic first down, though. It would be half the distance to the goal. So they're going to have holding on the defense. So they're going to be able to bring that from the 15 down to the 7.5, and we'll have another opportunity on 4th down.
Big break for Bay City Central. Take it down to about the 7.5-yard line. And they're going to mark this off. It was the defensive back that Gibson was trying to throw to the wide receiver. The DB from Traverse City Central was trying to slow him down a little bit. So it'll get to about we'll call it the 7.5-yard line. So it's 4th down and goal to go. A lot better manageable than 4th and 15 and 4th and 7 at the 7.5.
Well, and if I'm a defensive back and I'm beat, I'm going to grab him and keep from getting giving up that touchdown, and gives me another chance defensively on 4th down. So might have been a smart play by a defensive back that was gambling and lost.
Doesn't go like to the pros or the college down to the 2.
Yes. 4th and goal from the 7.5. They're going to fade that thing into the corner and just a little bit overthrown. And the 4th down play does not work. So that will make it 1st and 10 for the Trojans from Traverse City Central. As Bay City Central with a very nice drive, not able to end in points.
Well, Anthony was the target, but he kind of got held up a little bit by the defensive back, and that's kind of a timing play also. So Gibson threw it out there, but
you're throwing to a spot.
Yeah, you're throwing to the back corner of the end zone. That's the nature of that play. So, but here's another opportunity for a big stop for Central with Traverse City deep in their own territory.
as Turnwald is going to hand that ball up the middle. Picking up maybe 5 or 6 yards, really doing a nice job of moving his feet. And that looked like number 32 again on the run, File. As they pick up about 6, it'll be second down and 4 yards to go, just underway in our fourth quarter.
14-0, Traverse City Central with the lead. Sweeney deep for Traverse City Central. That young man's had a pretty good football game tonight for Traverse City Central.
As they fake the jet sweep, and a great job by Central shutting the door down in that play. But look at the strength of the quarterback, Turnwald, as he drags 2 or 3 Central defenders with him and moves the sticks.
Well, Cruz Beeson came in from his linebacker defensive back position over there, Jeff. Did a nice job, but going forward, Turnwald has got the first down for Traverse City Central.
As now they look over to the sideline. Again, no huddle, but not necessarily hurry up, as they got all the time in the world right now, up 2 scores with possession. They throw that ball on the outside, and that is going to be complete, but that was a great job by the defensive back.
Kohlmeyer.
Kohlmeyer.
If he would have picked that off, he could have run down to Kosciuszko Street.
He would have been able to go down there and have a pop and come back. But again, great job of a minimal gain on the play of 5 yards. And they had 2 men in motion that time, and that's what that penalty flag will be. And now it's going to be interesting to see, because there's a loss on the play of 2 yards. And boy, the first thing I want to do as the line judge is I want to mark the spot that play in, so that I can decide as a coach, do you take the 2-yard loss and go 3rd and 7? But I don't think that the line judge here gave up his spot on the field, and I think that ball was back at about the 23-yard line. If that ball's back on the 23-yard line, I think about 3rd and 7, declining that penalty instead of 2nd and 10. Now where they put the ball at the line of scrimmage, he vacated his spot to make his call to the white hat, and I believe that could have changed the call for Bay City Central.
Yeah, he was standing at the 23 when it was when the penalty was called.
So second down and 10 again. As a look at bobbing and weaving is number 21, Feeney. He picks up 11 yards on the play, and he'll move the sticks again, as he just has a great run. And
good eyes.
Traverse City Central just able to find small enough gaps and seams, good eyes, good feet to move and move the sticks.
All the way out to the 32, 1st and 10 for the Trojans of Traverse City Central. And we had a good look at that run and how he saw it from up here, Jeff.
Yeah, changed directions about 3 times, but didn't lose a lot of speed. And we're going to have a false start on the offense. So I think what they saw was Cruz Beeson coming, and I think somebody twitched.
I think he looked at number 11 was shaking his head, the wide out here to the near side of the field. I think he left just a bit early. But you're right, when number 5 was coming in, Cruz Beeson was coming in hot and heavy. But that'll knock him back 5 yards. Still a lot of time left in this game, 9:20 and counting here in the fourth quarter.
And again, I'm really a little surprised at the speed that Traverse City is playing with a 2-touchdown lead in the ball. I'm watching the back judge, and I'm not going to snap that ball until there's 5 seconds left on the clock. And I believe we're going to have another false start.
Boy, that referee, the side judge right here, His wife is going to be not happy with that. That flag's come out 3 times in a row.
Yep, and it's a good thing that the turf isn't super green anymore. Tied stick would be an overdrive.
We're going to have to bleach that thing.
So, again, another opportunity for Bay City Central, 1st and 20, to make a big stop and give them an opportunity to get back into this game. Turnwald, again, out of the short shotgun. Twins to the near side, twins to the far side. And again, a nice adjustment by Bay City Central. Looked like Cruz Beeson again stays home, reads the play, steps up, and makes a sure tackle.
Nice job again by Beeson filling that hole. There was a gap there, Jeff. Offensive line did a nice job, but Cruz has got good vision, and he saw what was going on. He stuck his nose in there with a great tackle.
Well, and having seen that play enough, they read it and then they can fill and finish. Second down, 15 yards to go. Turnwald rolling to the wide side of the field. He looked like he wanted to run all the way, and he might have got back to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky, and he gets crushed by the Central defense. And it looks like amongst others, 78, Tommy Paul.
Tommy did a nice job right there running the quarterback down just into the ball game. I think he's for the first time, if I'm not mistaken.
First time that we've called his name tonight. So
nice job, fresh body in there. Did a nice job. This is a big play right here for Bay City Central. 3rd and 15 for the Trojans.
Under 8 minutes and counting left in the fourth. And they got more motion. Another false start.
Boy, we've been doing this a long time. I don't think I've ever seen that many in a row like this, or you miss a play and it goes again. They had 3 of them in a row, had a play, then they did it again. That is really highly irregular at this time of year in 8 games.
To have that many plays in a row, you are right, and I credit the Central defense is moving around and now backing that thing up. It's 3rd down and 20 yards to go for the first down, and a big opportunity for Central's defense to get off the field.
Absolutely.
As Stakowiak goes out now, and he'll take the slot receiver, at least on the short route. As trying to get a screen pass, and you can tell by the way they allowed the Central defensive line to come. But, boy, flowing to the football and allowing only an 8-yard gain on that play. Great job by the Central defense.
Looks like number 55 is out there on the tackle, Alexander Birch from his nose guard position. I think also number 7, Landon Thorne, was in on the play. So, great defensive stand right there by Bay City Central. Come away there again. It's going to be another quick kick for Traverse City Central.
Boy, this is the best kick of the night, and that takes a huge Traverse City Central Trojan roll down inside the 23 to the 22-yard line. At that point, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bay City Central Wolves, and it's go time for the Wolf offense.
Absolutely, Jeff. I was just thinking the same thing. We've got 7 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Traverse City Central 14 and Bay City Central 0. I want to thank a couple more sponsors: Covenant Healthcare, Renue Physical Therapy, Sandlot Sports, Bay City All Saints Booster Club, Frank's Great Outdoors, and our commissioners Vaughn Begic and Tim Benashak. And as always, we cannot thank our sponsors enough, Jeff. Could not do this without them.
Indeed, they have stepped up time and time again, and we are eternally grateful that they continue to support this great program.
Yep, we couldn't do it without them. We appreciate their help, and we hope they appreciate the ball games we bring to them right here on Bay County TV.
Oh, quads out here in a bunch formation now for Bay City Central.
New look.
So let's see if that's bubble screen time. That's exactly what they get on the bubble screen, and they are going to pick up only about a yard as Traverse City just flows to the football, led on that play by Zimrick. So it will be 2nd down and 9 yards to go, but I like it. A little different look, and you make one person miss, and you got the ability to make a big play.
Well, they haven't seen it all night, so, it's a little bit different. So you got to defend it a little bit different, and you might cause a little bit of confusion on the defense right there. So no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10, 6:19 and counting, Jeff.
As they're going to go twins to the wide side of the field right now with a wing to the near side. And again, having to get rid of that ball in a hurry, and that's a pick 6. unbelievable job. Peyton Waller looked like he was 8 foot tall out there, and he gobbled up that quick pass and took it to the house for 6.
Well, Peyton was disappointed on that one, Jeff. He saw that screen coming, and he just stayed right where he is from either his defensive end or his linebacker position, read the play extremely well, and went untouched into the north end zone, making the score Traverse City Central 20 and Bay City Central 0.
And when you got 6'4", 6'5", with the long arms out there, read the quarterback's eyes. He just filled the gap.
Well, we talked about him in the pregame when he was warming up, how lanky he was.
Extra point attempt now as they're going to try for 2. And throwing that, and that was an ill-advised pass knocked down by the Bay City Central defense. The conversion is no good. Time out of the field with 6:03 left in the ball game. It is 20-0. TCC over BCC. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back as the kickoff is going to be a low line drive kick taken by Bay City Central. Trying to cut to the outside and back up near the 30-yard line before he hits a wall of white. Waiting for the young man to come up off the pile. And that is number 32, Ethan Gammett.
Also in there, Jeff, number 20, Zachariah Brown Taylor for the Bay City Central Wolves.
It is a first down and 10 yards to go. Again, 5:56 left in the ball game. Central has got to find some instant offense.
Got 5:56 left here in the fourth quarter. Traverse City Central up 20-0 here on senior night for Angle Stadium.
As that pass
nice
to the
catch.
outside, what a nice one-handed grab. As looking to see who that is, Zach Cruz Beeson. Yes, indeed.
Boy, he looked like he had stickum on his fingers. Remember those days with with the Kramer stickum?
Yeah, they had to outlaw it because people like, what was it, Tatum had so much on. Somebody from Ohio State in the NFL, Hayes.
Freddie Blitnikoff.
Yeah, they would put so much of it on there, it would hit their one finger and it would stick for a week.
It's the only time I could palm a basketball.
Oh, yeah, they even made it in spray form.
Yes.
So 2-yard gain on the play. Second down and 8. And Gibson trying to fake the handoff, and he is tag-teamed by a duo that's had a big night. Ferguson and Rice come up with another tandem tackle.
4:53 and counting to go here in the game, Jeff. And those two young men from Traverse City Central have played a whale of a football game for them. They're going to come probably out of this at 4-4, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take a peek at that if we can.
Yes.
4-4. And then their season next week against Traverse City West up at Thurlby Field.
That will be a great game as that ball is downfield, and it could have very easily been another pass interference, but the official had heard from Mama. No.
Don't bring that dirty flag home.
No bringing the dirty flag into the house. So it'll go back. It'll be 4th down and 11 yards to go. A little hand fighting going on, but
yeah.
I guess if you're consistent, you've let it go all night long, you continue.
Well, and that speaking of next week, you and I will be out at the cornfield out at Bay City Western for the rivalry game, the big game between Bay City Central going all the way out to Auburn to take on the Bay City Western Warriors at their famous cornfield out there in Auburn.
That is always
lots of fun,
fabulous event. No matter where they have it, as Gibson is back to throw, and he's got it deep downfield, and that looks like it is caught by Cam Reed. And Reed gets a first down out to the 46-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Bay City Central Wolves. Nice pass from Gibson to Reed.
Really,
dot to dot.
yeah, really a nice pass, Jeff. And he kind of threw it. Reed wasn't even looking. He turned around. The ball was right there. So nice job right there by those two young men. That's a nice combination for Bay City Central.
So again, they're going to run trips to the near side of the field very quickly into the offensive set. Gibson's going to try and get rid of it, and here comes the blitz in the form of Dobrev, and just swallows up Gibson.
Anthony was going long. He was open down the field, but Gibson just didn't have enough time to plant and throw that football with 3:35 to go here in the ball game. So big loss on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 17 for the Wolves.
Well, and I got to say, players of the game defensively, that defensive line from Traverse City Central has just been fabulous tonight in shutting down the run game and getting in Gibson's face. As that pass is complete to number 11, Tyler Anthony. As they pick up some of the real estate, it'll be 4th down and 9 yards to go. As the clock now under 3 minutes left, and Central with a big 3rd down play.
Gibson did a nice job getting rid of that ball right there. And Anthony, when you're going across the middle like that, you're gonna get rocked possibly. And he got hit pretty hard, but Anthony did a nice job of hanging on to the football.
That's exactly, you're going to take a pop. You might as well just catch it, tuck it, and get what you can out of it. 3rd down and 9. Again, trips to the near side. And down the middle, another great catch, and that is Cruz Beeson again. And he's down to the 35-yard line, where it'll be another 1st and 10, Bay City Central. So again, finding these quick, short passes before that defensive line could get into the backfield, and the Wolves are moving the football.
Yeah, and that was a nice catch by Beeson, just going straight up the middle. And Gibson put it right where he had to, Jeff. And again, a nice drive right here by Bay City Central.
Trips again to the wide side. And throwing that ball downfield and trying to make an adjustment, but ball was underthrown, and both people tried to come back for the ball, and neither able to catch it, as that pass was intended for Cam Reed.
Cam Reed tried to come back, Jeff, but you know how it gets this time of night, a little bit dewy out there on the football field, so he slipped coming back to the football. 2 minutes exactly to go here in the ball game. But, again, a nice little drive right here by Bay City Central.
And for 3/4 of the game tonight, Mike, too, that flag has been limp tonight.
Yeah.
There is no breeze out there. So it's a very nice night, and that was a pass that was intended for Gamet, and it was kind of blown up defensively by Cooper Clark as he came through and just rained havoc on that play before it even had a chance.
He almost had an interception right there, Jeff, and if that would have happened, there was nothing but green in front of him. Into the game, number 67, Jesse Dufresne for the Bay City Central Wolves with $1:58 to go here in the ball game.
Again, they're going to this time run their trips in a bunch formation here to the short side. As again, they try and go to the man coverage on the outside, and very nearly coming back is McGill for the ball. And it will bring up a 4th down for Bay City Central with $1:52 left.
Stops the clock, Jeff, on the incomplete pass. And it'll be 4th down and 10. Wolves got to get down to about 30-yard line, a little bit, maybe 30 and a half to get the first down.
Yep, down to almost the 25, yep.
I'm sorry, 25.
Yep, and they've been successful with those quick short passes, and let's see, because obviously the defensive line has not given them time to run more double routes or double moves, as they've just blown up a lot of plays from the defensive line. Gibson having to come up with 10 here on 4th down. Sends that ball deep, and we're going to have a penalty flag down and a potential roughing the passer here, which is not an automatic first down, but the 15-yard penalty on 4th and 10 will move the sticks with $1:46 left in the game. if it's what we think it is, it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bay City Central Wolves.
Yeah, I just saw the referee looking at Gibson. He got rocked. I don't know who it was, but the referee threw the flag right away.
The 65 and 56 were both back there again.
Yep.
As they've had many meetings tonight at and near the quarterback.
So that'll get the Wolves first down at the 21-yard line. And it'll be $1:46 to go in the ball game. 1st and 10 for the Wolves at the Traverse City Central 20.
And the clock will start on the snap because of the incomplete pass. So Gibson bringing the offense up. And again, a little fade pattern, and that ball is picked off at the 1-yard line and taken into the end zone. And that will probably put the wraps on this game, and they're talking it over right now. Really caught it on the one, but wasn't tackled till he was in the end zone.
I think they're going to bring it out of the end zone and put it at the
They
20.
should bring it to the 20.
Yep. So they'll bring that out to the 20. Traverse City Central probably most likely go into the victory formation. They called it at the 2.
Okay. Couldn't really tell where he picked up that interception. I knew the momentum took him into the end zone, but I didn't know. They must have deemed that he made first contact at the 2. Tough to see there on the far end of the field. It's right down into the corner, but the line judge had a good look at it, and it will be 1st and 10. Obviously, the quarterback Turnwald's going to be in the end zone as he snaps this ball.
I would give it to that guy right there in the Feeney, and now we can go into the victory formation.
Yep, they are far enough out of the end zone right now, and they'll stop the clock just long enough to move the sticks. And at that point, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Traverse City Central Trojans.
Into the game, Jeff, number 40, Austin Weisenbach, the senior, here on senior night.
The kicker is playing a little linebacker now. So Turnwald is going to be back right now. Is he just going to take a knee? Nope, they're going to give that ball to
Feeney again.
Feeney, and Feeney is going to pick up about 8-9 yards on the play, and they're only going to have to snap the ball one more time. And we got a first down. I saw the line judge. He's just moving and shaking and telling the referee, hey, the clock needs to be rocking here. They're going to snap this ball with about 40 seconds left, and then they're not going to need to make another snap in the game as they pitch that to the outside and getting stymied by the Central defense as it was led on the play by Cam Reed, and that's probably going to be the last play of this game.
Wilson Kaufman, the runner for the back for Bay City or Traverse City Central.
What do we got, a penalty flag here? They stopped the clock.
Oh, yeah, they do have there's a confab going over there and between the refs. See what the referee has to say.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Personal fouls on both teams. Unnecessary roughness. The penalties will offset. We'll replay first down.
Start the clock and let's get this one in the books. As a little extracurricular must have taken place on the far side of the field. I don't even know why they're lined up to run another play. As now they're going to go victory formation. And we'll wind down the last 22 seconds of this ball game. As the Bay City Central Wolves on senior night are going to come up on the short end of a 20-0 loss at the hands of the Traverse City Central Trojans. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and 0. That's all there is.
There isn't any more.
And the final score again, 20-0. Traverse City over Bay City Central. Back in a moment to put the wraps on this one on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back with our Frank's Great Outdoors post-game wrap-up here on BCTV as we look at a ball game that Central made a lot of great adjustments in the second half. Only gave up one touchdown, but still came up short 20-0.
Yeah, I think they did some really nice things there in the second half, Jeff. Like you mentioned, they made the adjustments. They did, like I said, they did some really nice things. They ran the ball a little bit better. Gibson threw it a little bit better. Receivers caught the ball. There were some sparks there, but that Traverse City Central defensive line, they're pretty tough, and made it tough on the Wolves at certain spots and in certain key moments there in the second half.
Their front four defensively, I called late in the game, they're MVPs because they really rained havoc on the flow of offense for Bay City Central.
And they're, you know what we noticed, we talked about during the game, they're very athletic. They're big, but they're very athletic. And one of the down linemen, Ferguson, if I remember his name right, had an interception from his nose guard position. So they're very strong, they're very quick, they're very athletic, and that made it tough on the Bay City Central Wolves.
Well, next week, it's for all the bragging rights. We heard Western is down, so both teams are going to be coming into that game 2-6. That is always just a fun game, and it'll be this year out at the cornfield.
Well, we get the chance to go out to Western and see everybody out there, and both bands will be there. And then the freshman JV play here at Bay City Central on Thursday night. So it's a big week. I've had the opportunity to coach during that week, and it is a lot of fun. It's an intense rivalry. It doesn't matter what your records are. You win that game, you got 365 days to stretch your stuff around the county and let everybody know that you won that game. So it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and of course we'll be there to bring you all the action. But wow, Coach, it's week 8 in the books already. This season has gone poof.
You know, I just don't know where it goes anymore. You know, it seems like the older we get, the faster it goes. But, you know, we're 2 weeks out from playoffs, which everybody loves. We love to watch the Sunday night show of the matchup. So, you know, but this is a great time of year. The weather has been fantastic. I think it's going to be nice next week for Central Western, and it's a lot of fun. And sometimes it's just sad to see the regular season end.
Well, when you get out to the house that got us been built, that good press box out there, I think we'll be cozy in the confines.
Yeah, what we called it when I was working out there, we called it Marty's Way. So it is a beautiful press box, and we're looking forward to that. We always have a lot of fun getting out there, and we're hoping some of the local teams can get into the playoff picture.
Well, partner, it's always a pleasure being by your side once again. We'll look forward to bringing it next week to you, as that puts the wraps on our Frank's Great Outdoor post-game show. All the Week 9 action next week on BCTV. Good night, everyone.